Hey guys, this is Chris, back again for part 3. In part 3 we're going to be dealing with the descriptor, and I'm going to repeat myself a million times. The descriptor class is mandatory. A module will not work without a descriptor class. I also realized I didn't put my normal statement out there. I am not a programmer. It's not what I do for a living. I'm just one of those people that kind of likes messing around with this stuff because I find it pretty neat. So if I say some terms wrong, I don't mean to offend anybody or anything like that. I'm sure I will be getting some terms mixed up, but I'll do what I can. Okay, the descriptor. Like I said, each of the mandatory parts of a module is its own class. We already created a class called a descriptor. Now let's take a quick look into the object browser. I just want to show you a couple things in here. Let's go down to our Vixen module output and extend that. Now you'll notice, if you programmed in Vixen 2.5 or 2.1, you'll remember what we did was we instantiated an interface. These are available to you if you would choose so. In this case, you could use the iOutput module descriptor interface. What that's going to do is you're going to have to go through and you're going to have to fill in absolutely everything to get your module up and running. So what KC did for us, that makes it a heck of a lot easier, is he created base classes for each of the required parts of a module. In this case, it is an output module descriptor base. Now, if we inherit from that, there are a couple things that will show up that we absolutely have to fill in for it to work. But what does not automatically show up it basically gets done in the background. It's already taken care of for us, so we don't have to worry about that unless we need it. So if there is an item that does not show up by default saying, hey, we got to fill it in, but we do need it, we can just override that one part of it, and then we will be good to go. We will be doing that. It might make a little bit more sense when we actually do it. So basically, we know here the base class that we want to inherit from. So what we are going to do, we go back to our class. We just put after the name, and remember, these names you'd probably want something more descriptive than descriptor. I'm just using that to try and keep it organized on what exactly this is. So all you should do is you hit colon, and you go back and you try and remember output module descriptor base. That's the name of the base class. So output module, and you'll see it pops up down here. We can go down to output module descriptor base, click your tab key, and now the descriptor class is inheriting everything from the module descriptor base. Now, what I was talking about, things that automatically show up that we have to fill in order to see them, all we have to do is right click on output module descriptor base and implement abstract class. Okay, and that's going to give us all the information that we absolutely have to fill in. So let's run through these real quick. This part is really pretty simple. It's just asking for information. That's what the descriptor does. It gathers information about our module. So author, you are going to put your name in there unless you want to blame me. So another thing, just to realize, when this says public override string author, string is what you need to return. So you need to return a string. So we're going to return in quotes, and you're going to put your name in there. Now, description, that's going to be a description of your module. Again, we need to return a string, so we will return Vixen 3 output module tutorial. Doing much better typing now. Look at that. Okay, for now we are going to skip module class. What module class is, real briefly, is when we do make our instance of our class, we basically need to tell Vixen what class that is. So that's how we're going to do that, but we're not going to do it until we actually have an instance class set up. Okay, the GUID. A GUID is a global unique identifier. Vixen 3 now requires you to have a unique ID. If you try and, for example, say you just copy this this module and you load it up in Vixen, and then you go and you change some stuff and rename it, and you try and load another one with the same unique ID, it will not load correctly. So we need a globally unique ID, and if you copy somebody else's work and you make changes to it, you want to go in, you want to make sure that you change your unique ID to an actual unique ID. So where do we get that from? Well, at first I didn't know how to do that, and then I kind of stumbled across a real easy way. If you go into your project, into the properties, this is, okay, when we go up to the application section, here you will see the assembly information. Now when you create a project, it gives it a unique ID. So we're just going to copy that. Control C, copies it, click OK, and then go back to your class. Now we have to return its type of a GUID. So let's return a GUID dot, and we're going to just parse that string, put it in quotes, hit Control V to paste it. Boom, done. Oh, and it's saying down here, you'll notice the warning, parenthesis expected. I forgot the parenthesis. So there you go. There you have your unique ID. We're done with that. Type name. This is, again, a string. We have to return the string. Now, the type name is actually, if you go into your test bed, go to controllers, the output module, this name right here, that's what the type name is. So we can call it whatever we want. Let's just return a output module. Oh, back to bad typing again. Tutorial. Okay, and that's that. Our version. Now, what I've been doing, and I don't know that it's that important, but what I've been doing is just trying to keep it the same as this. This is 1.000. So just return, and again we're returning a string 1.0.0.0. There you go. That is basically, for now, we are done with the descriptor class. So let's go ahead and save that. Okay, and we're done with that. Let's stop it here just to keep, I'm trying to keep all the parts of it about small chunks of information. So in the next part, I think what we're going to do is go ahead and make 2 more classes. We are going to make our the instance of our class and we are also going to make the data object of our class. And we'll do that in the next part.